When Xavier brought his 8th assistant to me for a delicate reconstruction procedure, Eleanor, my mother-in-law, sent me a message. Still not divorcing. This is the 8th one. Are you some kind of masochist? This time I didn't have a hysterical breakdown. I just quietly performed the procedure. When we walked out, Xavier tenderly held the young woman. There, now your first time will be mine. She seemed shy. Oh, what are you saying? Right in front of your wife, Lily? Xavier glanced at me with mockery. Her parents' medical bills depend on me. As long as I'm happy, she'd do anything. For a woman who's been humiliated like her to hold the position of a rich man's wife, that's more than she deserves. I nodded, then pulled out several documents. Perfect timing. Sign these. Xavier signed without looking. Don't make things difficult for her, or I'll make you regret it. I nodded obediently. Watching them leave, I pulled out the divorce agreement. This time, I didn't want to wrong myself anymore. Xavier had barely left when Eleanor called. Have you no shame? Hurry up and divorce my son. Fine. How much are you willing to pay me? Eleanor seemed surprised I'd actually agree. In her view, I was clinging to Xavier for money. She'd mocked me since we started dating. Some people marry a good man and think they can settle into being a wealthy wife. At first, I tried to fit into her circle. Xavier said, why do you need to fit in with them? They should be trying to please you back then. His heart was full of me. He even suggested paying my parents' medical bills. When Eleanor cursed at my parents in front of neighbors, Xavier declared, if you target my wife again, our relationship as mother and son is over. But it only lasted a year. On our first anniversary, Xavier skipped our celebration but appeared on his assistant's social media at her birthday party. I confronted him. She's Director Lynn's daughter. This is business. He apologized, swearing never again. But lies came quickly. From initial hysteria, I'd become numb. Perhaps the current Xavier was the real him. But I kept remembering how sincere he was when we first got together. He deceived me into believing I'd met true love. But then he said, you weren't even pure when we met. You expect me to be faithful. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Xavier tried to backtrack, but was interrupted by a phone call and walked away. Back then, Xavier's competitors had sent someone to harass me to get to him. He'd ruined that person's career in a day. But now, everything was different. Eleanor's voice pulled my thoughts back. Fine, how much money do you want? Whatever you're willing to give. I hung up. She eventually transferred me $5 million. I blocked Eleanor and handed the divorce agreement and all evidence to my lawyer. I thought we wouldn't see each other again, but Xavier brought Molly to my apartment. This